Hello there and welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Emerald Hill and this is where I review what I eat in a day as a fat girl. As a former fat girl, I've lost over 100 pounds, so why don't we just dive into it?
If you don't like seeing a fat girl eat a lot of food on a Sunday at Anice's Morris dance,
I'm pretty sure the Mario music is probably copyright, so I'm just gonna turn that off. She's English, so there we go. So it looks like we got 2 breakfast sandwiches. They look pretty bland, like they just have sausage and ketchup, which is, that's fine. That's fine. Lots of people make sausage and ketchup work for them. Let's see what else we have. Bringing me back to my childhood days, we got some Ritz crackers. This looks like a convention. There's a whole bunch of people behind her. There's a kid behind her. Obviously, there's something happening at a school somewhere. Mini savory eggs. Whoa, hold the phone. What are those? What are those? Made with lightly seasoned sausage meat and golden breadcrumbs. Savory eggs. So I think they're kind of like doing a play on little chocolate eggs, but they're savory eggs and they're made with sausage meat and breadcrumbs. Potentially a really good snack, to be honest. We just have to see the macros, which we are not gonna see. And then we got our fat people salad. Looks like Caesar salad, although that doesn't look like it had a whole ton of dressing on it. So maybe we had some left out dressing. And a crouton. I think those are more chicken nuggets. They look like chicken strips. We got a Kinder Bueno. Those are actually really tasty if you've ever had one before. Another little snack, a little chalky snack. We got popping in. Ooh, wow. Okay, so then we have some buttered chicken with a side of fries and rice. And it looks like a really good large helping of buttered chicken, rice, and fries. Oh my God. Then we're having some fruit with chocolate, and those look like some kind of chocolate waffles going on there. That is a decadent dessert we've got going on. And then we got Percy Pig, which look like pig gummies. Yeah. Then we're drinking our water because everybody needs that good H2O. I think that everybody can tell that there's a lot to be improved on in this day of eating. And that is something that I really found when you are stuck going somewhere like work or like school or something of it, is that you throw a bunch of random stuff in your bag. And that's why it's so important to be able to meal prep and to think about those things in advance, to have like healthy snacks and stuff like that. Another thing that I really fell into, and I know for a fact that other bigger people fall into as well, is that when you're trying to increase your protein, you go for the thing that you'll probably like the best, right? Like chicken nuggets or chicken tenders, anything chicken that's covered in anything bread. Yeah. Beautiful, let's do it. And that works for a while, but when you start to plateau, you can kind of tell, you know what, maybe for lunch, instead of having the breaded chicken, I'll have the chicken cutlet and try to cut back on those little ways. Other than that, there's a lot of sugar in that day. We had the Bueno chocolate bars, and we had the little chocolate snack, and then we got home and had a big plate of chocolate. It really struck me once when somebody said, you don't need dessert with every meal. And I just noticed that I had started doing that. I had a little sweet thing after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if that's something that you're struggling with, maybe paying attention to those things might be helpful for you.
Welcome back to What I Eat in a Day as a plus-size girly.
Thank you for having me.
Starting off strong, I had some Greek yogurt that I put some honey in and granola on top with some French toast.
What is that?
With some French toast sticks, a piece of sausage, and...
Sausage is a big staple that I've kind of seen a theme on. Unfortunately, it's super high in fat and super high in salt. So if you want to have protein in your day, really good to maybe think about switching that out. We got the granola on the Greek yogurt. I don't want to be too nitpicky, but I've also noticed that somebody said I'm being too nice. So I don't want to be too nice either. So I'm playing bad cop, good cop on my own. The granola isn't always a great choice because just a quarter cup of that stuff is a lot of calories.
Some coffee with Chobani Sweet Cream Creamer. Chobani, please sponsor me. Thank you so much. And some water as well.
You know what? I do want to give her a compliment. Screw being mean. I want to be nice. I think that's actually a really great example of what I was just saying about kind of having what you want, but adding stuff that's really good for you to it too, right? So, in the past we've seen just French toast sticks with sausage and maybe some other bread. But now we've actually got Greek yogurt with granola, and yes, the French toast sticks, but also sausage, So we're making the correct steps in the right direction, and that has to be celebrated. So good for you. The 1001, good for you.
Then I had some crackers and Sour Patch Kids, the red, white, and blue ones, but I only eat the white ones.
Sour Patch Kids can really nab you. I think that what's really good is to try and keep any kind of candy like that just out of the house and to not buy it, because like that's something that I really fell into is candy, and chocolate. She had Sour Patch Kids and some crackers and then some kind of fizzy drink there. It could have been full sugar pop, it could have been diet. We'll never know. And now we have some cherries.
My mom's gonna have the red ones, and then I had a bowl of cherries as well. Then I went into Brooklyn and I went to this place called Schnitzel House. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
Schnitzel House. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. Oh my god! Look at the pile of meat! Oh my god. I'm complaining that she's not eating enough protein now smack me in the face with that what am I even saying? What is this channel?
My friends got these like big plates of pork, I think, and then I got the veal schnitzel. But anyways, yeah, we had a lot of fun. We did karaoke. I watched, my friends sang. And I didn't get to
Oh, the shade on that. I watched my friends sing? Okay. Hope she doesn't see this.
But my friend and I shared a dessert. But anyways, if you made it to the end, you're a real...
I do that too. When I forget to include something into my what I eat in the day, I just go on Google and find a similar image and stick her on in there. That is a lot better than what I've seen from her in the past. I think where things are starting to get hitched up is just letting go. Letting go of the freezer Eggos, letting go of the freezer French toast, letting go of those things. And then also going out. This person likes to eat out. Who does not like to eat out, but it's just something that I've noticed.
A real one. Comment your favorite dessert. Love you guys. Bye.
I had a friend once that said her favorite dessert was frozen grapes. And she still lies to this day. I'm just kidding. What I eat in a day as a fatty who doesn't care about weight loss. 9 a.m. 3 caramel slices for breakfast. They're my guilty pleasure. And they look like they're actually in kind of like a cigarette box. So that's interesting and kind of telling. For some reason in my head, they were like slices of caramel, but really they're actually like brownies with ganache on top of them. So that's really interesting. First of many road trip snacks was a ham and cheese roll. So we're on a road trip, ham and cheese roll, okay. And so then we go over to chips. We have some sea salt and balsamic vinegar chips. And now we're getting takeout at Mac's, just a spicy chicken wrap. Snacked on some bread as we made it to our destination, and they had a fasta pasta. What does that mean? They had really fast pasta. They had super pre-cooked pasta. Oh, she did have the most feral looking risotto. Ew. Drop the name of that restaurant so nobody goes there. Oh my god. Grossed out by the chicken. Yeah, we got some chips on the side, I bet. You know what, that's funny because I was just saying about road trips and how hard it is to eat healthy on a road trip. And then somebody commented it's not rocket science. Well, this person thinks it's rocket science. I don't know. I think it's really hard, like, when you start the day off with sugar and then drive because you're just like in a crash and you're in sedentary mode all day. Generally, it's hard to kind of judge based on what I'm seeing here. It's sad that your final meal when you get to your destination is that absolutely gross looking chicken risotto. I do have to say, maybe, you know, something else that was a bit healthier might have been a better choice. I don't know. Maybe it would have been a tastier choice. I don't know. But yeah, if you're trying to make healthier choices, just go for fruits and just go for vegetables. I wouldn't say like get so hung up on protein and like, you know, only eating veg and only eating whatever. Those little mini eggs were a great choice, right? Like she went out of her way. She got something that had protein in it. She could have gotten a burger. She could have gotten something else. I know a burger has protein in it. I don't know why I mentioned that. But it's just like a really great example of a little snack. And you could even make those at home. That's what's so great about them. Use turkey. Use ground turkey. Make little balls of meat at home. Make meatballs. And then snack on those. God damn it. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Emerald Hill. I hope I see you again in the next video. Subscribe, like, turn on the bell icon notification, and I hope to see you again. Bye.